Hey everybody. So in this video, I want to do a review of the DC Multiverse Hush Superman from McFarlane Toys. So took quite a while, but I did finally get my pre-order from Amazon. It was delayed quite a bit, but I finally did get my Superman. And I think for a lot of us DC fans and Superman fans, this is essentially the Superman that we've been waiting for. So, side of the box, you have the Superman 85th anniversary logo, Superman Hush, some nice Jim Lee black and white artwork on the back here. And then for anyone that needs to see the barcode, there you go. So this Superman looks really good to me. I think the red and the blue really pop on this one. I know there's been some questions about the color of the skin, a little pale. This Superman needs to get some more sun, it looks like. And he does come with a flight stand, which is great. So let's get this guy out of the package and see what he is all about. All right, and here is Superman out of the packaging, and I must say that yes, this is now my favorite McFarlane DC Multiverse Superman figure. I wasn't sure what to expect after seeing some pictures and other reviews, because yes, he is a little pale, which is, kind of weird considering that Superman gets his powers from the sun. But in person, it's really not as bad as what it seemed. I may still add just a little touch of paint to his flesh tone, just to, take away a little bit of that, paleness, because he is a little bit white. But overall, he looks great. I'm very happy with the figure. I like the red and the blue is perfect. I do like the face sculpt better than I thought I would. I would have liked a little bit more of a curl. But yeah, so let's take a look here. So like I said, face sculpt is it's better than I thought, and the movement on the head is pretty good. It could stand to go up a little bit more, but you can raise up the chest so you can get a decent flight pose. Again, the blue and the red really pop. And I don't know how well it's even coming across on camera, because I feel like through the camera, the blue looks a little darker than what it actually is in real life. But yeah, typical McFarlane, articulation. We've got the double jointed elbows, the bicep turns, the shoulder, of course, turns. We have not really the butterfly joint, but we have, that little kind of peg in there that allows for some movement. The waist does turn, but it's really tough. The usual hips that we're used to. And then we've got the double jointed knees that are pretty stiff, but they do move, they do work. And then the ankles are okay, and we do have the toe articulation, but I don't know, my ankles, I don't know if they're just kind of a little misaligned. I've been kind of messing around with them, trying to get him to kind of stand better, and he's a little bit difficult to stand, but I think it might just be the ankles, maybe a little misaligned. One of the best parts of this figure, bam, he's got the yellow S on the back, and it looks fantastic. So overall, I'm very pleased with this Superman figure. I wasn't really sure what to expect, honestly. And we've actually got a new kind of leaked listing, and it just says Classic Superman. So I'm not sure how different that Classic Superman is going to be from this one, because this is about as classic as you can get. It'll probably just maybe be a different head sculpt, and maybe a different cape, because this cape kind of is swooshed off to the side there. But I mean, you can get him into some really good poses, and I think he looks really good. And then especially for, for the price, for the $20 price point, you really can't beat that. All right, so let me see if I can just get him in kind of a neutral pose. And like I said, I have been having a little bit of trouble getting him to stand, but I think it might just be the ankles are a little just kind of misaligned. There we go, that's pretty good. So we do get the card. So we have the Jim Lee artwork from Hush, and it is, kind of like a black and white kind of pencil drawing. And then we've got the bio for Superman. And this is just the kind of basic Superman bio. It's not anything about the Hush storyline. Not sure how focused it's getting. There we go. He does come with alternate hands, which again, they are a little pale. They are light hands. But again, they're not as bad as I thought they were going to be. Like from pictures and stuff that I saw online, I thought they were going to be like super, like almost like, like dead or zombie skin color. They're definitely too light. Like I definitely think they're too white, but it's not as bad as I thought. I may still add a bit of like maybe peach-ish color paint just to bring out a little bit more. So we'll see. Maybe that'll be a project for some other time. Haven't done a lot of painting lately, just been super busy. But just even the way the figure just looks on its own, I think is good. I'm pretty happy with it just as is, honestly. And very important, and this also makes him even more worth the price for sure. He comes with a flight stand, which is really great. I mean, I feel like they could have even charged $25 for this one by including the flight stand. It's so strange to me that we're getting those whatever they're called, the collector figures from McFarlane Toys, and they're $30, and I just don't understand why. And they don't even come with a flight stand. So that, the Alan Scott figure, the Firestorm, I don't understand why they don't come with a flight stand, and they're $30, yet this one was $20, and it comes with a flight stand. Very strange. But yeah, so you can use the flight stand for him. You can use it for other figures that fly. A lot of times I use these flight stands for not even McFarlane figures. I use them for DC Classics, I use them for Marvel Legends, for anybody that you need to fly. So there you go. Very nice extra to have. So let's compare him to what I think is the best DC McFarlane Superman up until this point, which is the original release. So this is the Action Comics 1000 Superman. So this is the first Superman that we got from McFarlane Toys. This one has been my go-to DC Multiverse Superman until now. I definitely think that we finally have an upgrade. This one is taller, a little bit beefier, but the best part is the brighter blue. I do like the face sculpt on this one more. Okay, I like more of a spit curl, and it just has it's just a better face sculpt. Now, I could maybe swap the heads, but then it's definitely the skin tone on the neck is definitely not going to match. I think the hands are also a little bit too big, whereas these hands are kind of perfect. But still, the size and color went out more than just the head sculpt. If anything, this is maybe more of like a comic booky or animated kind of Superman, where this is more of like a real life, like human Superman, I guess you could say. So I don't know if that's what they were going for. Maybe this upcoming classic Superman that we have, that's been leaked, maybe it's going to be like this body with this head. Who knows? We'll see. But very happy to really have both of these in my collection, because what I'm doing is I have a Superman shelf for the DC Multiverse. So all the Superman related characters. So, Superman, Superboy, Eradicator, Doomsday, Lex Luthor, all of those guys are on a shelf. And then I have my Justice League Heroes shelf. So that shelf has been devoid of a Superman until now. So I'll probably have this one on the Superman shelf and this one on the Justice League shelf, because this one, I hope, is going to scale better with the Justice League, which we're going to find out in a second here. But before that, I want to compare this Superman with probably my favorite Superman figure of all, which is the Mezco Superman. I just love this figure. It's so much fun to mess with. He came with so many heads, so many power effects, also a super expensive figure. But just, just the cloth cape and the bendy wire, the face sculpt. I mean, it's really no competition. But it's just cool seeing these two versions together. So I wanted to do that comparison. But now for the real comparison, what I really, really want to see is, I want to see what this Superman looks like next to this Batman. And I have not looked at this yet. And yes, we finally have it. I think that this is what we've all wanted. A Superman that is a tiny bit taller, a little beefier than a Batman. So you don't get much more classic than this. And I think that this looks spectacular. So I'm going to rearrange here just a bit because his cape keeps getting in the way. So I'm going to pose Superman with the classic kind of hands on the hip pose. I'm going to put Batman on this side so the capes aren't getting into too much of each other's way. And then on this side, we're going to put Martian Manhunter, which the capes are still going to get in the way a little bit. Now, Martian Manhunter is still a little bit too short. I did put a new neck peg on him to make him a little taller. Actually, it's not too bad now that I kind of straighten out his legs. Yeah, it's not too bad. So let me try to move these guys over a bit. And yeah, I guess that's not too bad. All right, so now I guess I got to zoom out if we're gonna fit the other figures in. I'm just trying to kind of get a look at them and see, because I guess from the perspective of the camera, it looks like Batman is a little taller, but I think that's just from the bat ears. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. All right, so here is the Flash. And if I can get my Aquaman figure to stand, because he likes to fall over. Here's Aquaman with the massless Barry Allen head. And that looks pretty darn sweet. So here we go. Here is our classic looking Justice League. I don't know if we've gotten a super classic Hal Jordan Green Lantern. I'm actually using the Kyle Rayner Green Lantern, but I didn't bring him over here because obviously Kyle Rayner, he's not, super classic, kind of going for more of a Silver Age look here. And of course, we do not have a classic Wonder Woman. So still waiting on that. But I think this looks great. I mean, this is Silver Age, Justice League, DC Comics, if I ever saw it. So yeah, we're definitely getting there. Let me know what you think. And yeah, there we have it. Looking pretty awesome. Feel free to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.